All right, so we all saw that Tyson versus Jake Paul bull crap. And the homie Lord Jamar finna speak his piece on the whole situation. Tap in. What's happening, people? It's the homie Smitster 400 coming at you straight off the Ave. And this is Smitster Reacts. One time salute to all the subscribers, wherever you at all around the world. And if you made it to this point in the video, go ahead, give us a like, subscribe, make new content daily. Also, shout out Zenti369 and the homie Mr. Dubbins. Straight off the Ave fam. You know what it is. Now, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. We all saw it or didn't see it. We saw the swirl, the Netflix swirl. You feel me? A lot of loading going on. The ish was wild. But look, Lord Jamar speaks on why this particular fight may have tarnished Tyson's image and legacy. Personally, I feel like this. Tyson gonna do what Tyson want to do off the rip. He knew what he signed up for. It seemed like in the beginning he was hitting Jake with some Johns that had Jake stumbling. Even when he slapped him, when he hit him with the slap, bull. If you know anything about boxing and shit, bull leg, he stumbled off a slap. And there was many chances in that fight for Mike to do his bob and weave uppercut action, body uppercut. He could have hurt that boy. So it was clear that joint was rigged. And the homie Lord Jamar not feeling that shit. So without further ado, bro, let's get right into this shit. Shout out Art of Dialogue. Shout out Lord Jamar. You know what it is. Straight off the app. If you don't want to see this joint with me doing my little thing, link in description. Let's get to it.
I gotta ask you, how you feel about that Mike Tyson fight last night?
Man, I mean, to me, that was like watching some WWE type of shit. To me, there's two different ways to look at it. Like, I was out at a restaurant and we were drinking and all this type of shit. Couldn't fully hear the commentary and all that. But for what I'm watching, to me, there was times that I felt like Mike could have hit this dude and didn't hit him. You know what I mean? But then on the converse, you know, people saying, yo, this dude Jake Paul was actually giving Mike some mercy. You know what I mean? Mike's legs was looking bad. And, you know, I think the whole thing was scripted. The whole thing was just a money grab. And for a lot of us that love Mike, and despite what he said in that interview with the girl about the legacy, we love him and his legacy. And we didn't like what we saw last night. What we saw last night seemed like something that very much tarnished his legacy for a little bit of bread, you know? And somebody will say, oh, 20 million, that's not a little bit of money. Well, you know, I was talking to my man Isaiah Washington earlier, and he was breaking it down as far as like, nigga, you know the government takes half, you know what I mean? Then you got to give your handlers or whatever 20%, you might graciously walk away with 5. You know what I mean? You might get 5 out of that 20. You see what I'm saying? So is $5 million, I mean, and that's nothing to sneeze at. I'd love to be paid $5 million for something, but is that worth tarnishing your legacy? Someone like Mike Tyson, you know?
And that's something that I felt at the same time, man. I'm like, look, bruh. Yeah, we could say his legs was looking this, you know what I'm saying, looking a little weak. I made that observation later on in the fight, but in the beginning, it was like he was hitting this man with blows, and he realized, I can't knock him out, because if I don't knock him out, if I knock him out, I don't get paid. I could end this boy right now, but if I do, I don't get paid, and I'm trying to get paid. And I feel like that's all it was, bro. I feel like the man was trying to get paid, because if you look at, you know, the actual fight in contrast to the training to the fight, it's like two different mics. It's like Mike was holding back. It's like when you know you can whip him off ass. You know what I'm saying? Like you know you can hurt a motherfucker, and you hurting, but you like him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all homies. You don't want, it's like a friendly fade. You feel me? Like they say. Shout out to the West Coast. Like a friendly fade. You feel me? And I feel like that friendly fade wasn't satisfying to the fans. You feel me? Because we all was, you know, all that, oh, I'ma knock Mike out. And then vice versa. Oh, I'ma knock Jake out. Like y'all going back and forth like y'all really about to put it in, and y'all holding back. Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Respectfully on both ends. I feel like Mike early on, yes, he cracked that head, and that boy was about to feel it. I feel like you could see the slow motion clips. You hit it, look, go on X, and you could see the clips. But there was times where he could have hit him with the body, and he didn't. He was doing a lot of bobbing and weaving, but he wasn't doing the bob and weave with the body and the uppercut connection. He wasn't doing what Mike do. It was clear that joint was fixed, bro. Clear to everybody. Let's get back to it.
I think a lot of us would say no, you know? Yeah, I think it was just a disappointing performance. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that Mike turned around and gave us his ass to kiss for the whole world to see. That was some crazy shit too. Like, I don't know what that was about. Like, Mike just don't give a I never.
Hey, yo, I must have, look, my screen must have been swirling on that part with the cheeks. Pause. Because I ain't see Mike pull up on my TV screen with no cheeks. You feel me? But that's wild, bro. That's wild.
Ever in the history of boxing seen no shit like that. Like, in the history of sports, I never seen no shit like that. In a locker room and all this type of shit. Like, that was crazy. I don't know if that was, again, part of the scripting of what we watched last night, but that was nasty work. And yeah. And I just feel like these Paul dudes, you know, Jake Paul and the other one, I feel like they're fighting. They're trying to just cut the line. They're using money and all this to try to fight some of our greatest fighters, our greatest black fighters too. They're taking our greatest black fighters, fighting them after their prime and saying, hey, I fought them, like, you know what I mean? Trying to almost be like that great white hope, but not legitimately. Even though you just informed me that this was a sanctioned fight. This was a sanctioned fight, which means this is officially on Mike Tyson's record that he lost to this guy. And it's on Jake Paul's record that he won, that he beat Mike Tyson. And although it was officially sanctioned, does that mean that the fight was truly official? Does that mean that, you know, they couldn't have agreed on an outcome? Because I believe regardless, there was going to be an outcome. One got paid $40 million and one got paid $20 million. I believe the guy that got paid $40 million, in the script, he was going to win regardless. And maybe that's why Mike was biting on his glove the whole night and shit. Because he was so frustrated that the fact that he can't just let his hands go. Because we saw clips of Mike training where he was looking explosive, bro.
Yo, he's going there. Come on. That's a good observation, Lord Jamar. He biting on the gloves out of frustration. That would make a motherfucker frustrated. You can't let the hands go. You can't do what you do. You feel what I'm saying? You can't. You feel me? Like, damn, bruh. That's a, look, nice angle, bro. Super nice angle. Let's get to it.
Where was that Mike? Where was that Mike last night? Like,
and that too, like, where was that Mike from the clips? Like I said, he was holding back. He made that boy stumble early. He half-ass slapped him in the chin and made that right leg, you feel me, like buckle. You feel me? So you mean to tell me when the bell ding ding, it's time to fight, you not knocking some shit out? No, bro. You been doing this shit since you was 13 years old. It's second nature to beat ass. It don't matter how old you are. I've seen old dudes knock young dudes out on the block all the time. Cause the young dude think it's sweet cause he older. Mike was definitely holding back, bro. Without a doubt.
I just feel like they were like, you are not gonna hit this boy. You're not gonna break this man. And you're gonna and he's gonna hit you though. For this money, you're gonna let him hit you. Now, again, people's like, man, Jake could have handled him. Maybe it could have, you know? Mike was looking bad, but at the same time, I know experience can sometimes overcome youth, you know? And the boxing knowledge that Mike has, and if he was working out and all that, that inner power that an older man can garner, like, I don't know, man. I just feel like he'd never let his hands go, ever, in the you know what I mean?
That first 2 minutes, bro, Mike could have took that man out without a doubt, and we all saw it. But after that, it was like stay in the fight for the cheese, and he chose to stay in the fight for the cheese, bro. He sold his soul. Essentially, he sold his soul, bro.
But Jake Paul might have not let his fully go either. So, yeah.
So you personally, right? You feel like the fight was fake.
I feel like all those Jake Paul fights are not real. I mean, I feel like they're boxing to some degree, but I feel like it's definitely a lot of entertainment that's mixed into it. I feel like these guys feel like, yo, this is the new formula. Like, trust me, we got this, you know. This is the new, this is boxing for the internet age, for the, for the IG age and all of this type of shit. These dudes was just what, influencers who decided, yo, I want to box. And now 4 years later, you get to fight Mike Tyson? Come on. Come on. There's people that's been paying their dues all their life and never get a chance like that. You understand what I'm saying? And you could just cut the line like this. It's because this is entertainment. This is, you know what I mean? It's it's like WWE. And people know that WWE is fake and they still go to it. They still watch this. They still have their favorite fighters and all that type of shit. It's just that boxing comes from more of a pure place that we don't believe that they would do some shit like this. But when you got dudes like this, like Jake Paul and them, they're the promoters, right? Like, so when you have people that don't even necessarily have any kind of real attachment to the sport, any real love for the sport, about its traditions and all of that, and are saying, listen, I found us a new way to make money. You want to make money or not? You know what I mean? That's what the fuck he's saying. And especially dudes that thought my biggest bags were behind me. They're like, I'll get a free bag with these white boys. Why not? You know what I mean? Let them live out their fantasies and shit. Because that's what the fuck this is. They're just living out their fantasies.
Me personally, me knowing what I know now, because I had no idea that, whoever lost that fight, it's on a permanent record. If it was an exhibition, I would have never had no issue with it. But yeah, that's crazy, man. Me personally, I would have never took the 20 million.
Right. Unless you like that, man. I don't give a you know what I mean? And I guess just that's the attitude he's taking. Now, I thought Mike was getting bread from the cannabis and all this type of shit.
Right.
I mean, I guess an extra $5 million is an extra $5 million. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro.
But yeah, he ain't walk away with no 20. So the you know, a lot of people try to justify it like that, but that's not your take home pay. I'm sorry.
Hell no.
But again, nobody paying me $5 million right now for nothing. So
Facts.
I can't talk shit about that. That's what they're gonna say in the comments. Nobody paying you $5 million.
The comments be
Okay,
crazy.
you're
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, but at the same time, it's like, look, it's facts. It's facts, bro. Mike sold out for the chili. Knowing that was on his record, that's why he was biting his gloves. I think that's why, look, Lord Jamar put a nice little he put some sprinkles on the ice cream right there with that one, because everybody like, oh, Mike always bites his gloves, but what if he biting them hoes out of frustration? Like, I want to beat this nigga's ass. You feel me? I want to knock this little white boy. No disrespect to those folks, but you know, that's just what it is, man. I think it was all for the chili, bro. Obviously, it was all for the chili because he ain't never made that in his lifetime for one fight type shit. Like Floyd Mayweather be making chili because he after the fact, but it's kind of like the basketball players like Jordan. Jordan ain't getting the same bag that, a LeBron would get in today's game. If Jordan was in today's game, bro, the chili would be chillying. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? The math would be mathing as far as his contract goes. But, and then add on the endorsements. This man would be out of here. You feel me? But Tyson is, you know, getting that chance to get the young bulls bag, to get a Floyd Mayweather bag, just to go in there and, you know, take the L. It happens. It happens. We've seen it happen in all types of sports. You feel me? From basketball to boxing to, you know, you gonna flop. You gotta go in that joint and flop for the chili. He flopping like a fish. He flopping like a fish out of water, for real. Cause we all know that man would have beat the. We all know what the end result of that fight would have been if Tyson could have did what Tyson wanted to do, at least in them first 3 rounds, because the contract stated beyond 3 rounds, right? Allegedly. So if he could have just bip bop bop, get him up out of there, the man been doing it since he was 13. He'd have got it done. Cat's bigger than this Jake Paul nigga, like, for real. It's, you don't forget how to, it's like a jumper. The jumper's still going to be there as a ball player, but the legs and the crossovers and things like moving, that's not going to be the same. Jordan is still shoot the lights out from mid range, promise you. But all that dunking and shit, that's not about to happen. It's the same shit, but just boxing. But yeah, man, sign off in the comments. If you made it to this point in the video, go ahead, give us a like, subscribe. How you feel about the Jake Paul fight? Do you think that John was rigged? You feel me? Who did you have? All that. You know what it is. But yeah, man, it's homie Smitster 400. This has been Smitster Reacts. Thanks for tuning in. Signing out. Owie.